welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you what I wore on my nails in July. So July was a wonderful, wonderful month for polish for me. I love those bright, saturated, summery colors. So I, spoiler, liked a lot / loved a lot of what I wore this month. I got around to wearing 17 polishes, but I will say that a lot of them included layering. So if that is your thing, you're gonna really enjoy this video. I did some toppers or just like some combinations, like more sheer polishes over like something more opaque like a cream. And then I also did a Skittle this month. So lots of polishes, not quite as many manis, about, you know, the normal amount of manicures. Yeah, I just checked. It was 10 manicures and then a couple pedicures. So pretty good. I don't have anything on my nails, by the way, in case you were wondering. I can't remember the last time. I guess it was when I had my baby a couple years ago because I said I couldn't wear polish for that. But that was probably the last time I didn't have anything on my nails in between these 10 manicures. I was swatching things and I just don't typically include those manicures in this video. So if this is your first time checking out one of my What I Wore videos, we're gonna take a look at all the polishes that I wore in the past month. We'll look at up close bottle shots, and first I'll share pedicures, polishes that I wore as petties. Then we'll move on to manicures. First the manicures that I liked okay, then the ones I really didn't like, and then at the end the ones that I absolutely loved. We'll take a look at up close bottle shots, like I said, and swatch photos too. So pedicures, I wore 2 in July. The first one was what I ended up wearing to Polish and Beauty Expo. It's a shade from KBShimmer called Dawn to Earth. This is a really beautiful purple leaning blue base. It's very, very cool. And it has gorgeous shifting shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green to blue. So it feels incredibly rainbowy. So I am not one to wear shimmers as pedicures. I pretty much exclusively wear creams. But this as a pedicure made me want to wear only pedicures from now on because I loved the shifts. Like I said, because this has kind of a purpley base and then all of those rainbowy shifts, I felt like my pedicure looked completely different depending on the lighting. Sometimes it looked more blue, but other times the red shimmer really took over, and then sometimes I got flashes of that gold and green. It was so fun to wear. So I'll definitely be reaching for this as a pedicure again soon, and probably as a manicure as well because it's been a while since I've worn it that way. One I have on currently as a pedicure is from Cadillacquer, and it is the shade Bittersweet. Bittersweet is a neon orange, like yellow leaning orange base with a strong red to copper shimmer. So I believe it was Carolina from Gotta Love Polish who recommended wearing this as a pedicure when it was on my summer rack. So big thank you to Carolina because this is what I have on now and I'm all about it. I love fiery warm shades as pedicures. Reds, oranges, yellows, pinks are my favorite. And this I was a little bit on the fence about, I'll be honest. I just don't usually wear this color. Like I only have a handful of neon yellowy oranges or even just bright oranges in my collection. Like usually when I wear orange, which isn't super often, it's more muted, like pumpkin-y orange shades. So this one was out of my comfort zone, but it is just rocking my world as a pedicure. It's so bright and fun. I will say the shimmer doesn't come through. Like I reached for another shimmer 2 in a row as a pedicure. And on the KBShimmer Dawn to Earth shade, the shimmer is just so much more obvious than it is in the Cadillacquer. And so really from this big of a distance, I'm really tall. From this big of a distance, this kind of just reads as like a neon orange cream from way up here. I can't see the shimmer at all, unfortunately. That being said, it's a gorgeous color. It didn't have a great formula, which I'm not super surprised. Yeah, I definitely needed 3 coats to reach full opacity. They were not the easiest 3 coats. I might have even actually gone in for a 4th coat, I think. Yeah, that's correct. So once I got done with the pedicure, I was like, okay, this is going right to my D-stash. But I really like the finished look, so I might hang on to it. And on to manicures that I liked okay. The first one is another Cadillacquer. Look at me wearing all this Cadillacquer. And the shade is called Larkspur. Larkspur has a primary purple base with blue, like bright neon blue glitters. In a variety of sizes, there are micro glitters and then hex glitters and these gorgeous glowing iridescent flakes that look mostly pink, but you also get copper and gold and green too. So this is one of those polishes that is just undeniably beautiful. In the bottle, it takes my breath away, and even on my nails, like when I looked up close at my manicure, I was like, oh, this is a work of art. Like the way that the flakes glow in the purple base, stop it. Like it was so good, so good. But I just don't really enjoy wearing the shade. Like purples in general are kind of hit or miss for me, but especially like this base color, I just don't like wearing it. Like when I look at pictures of myself wearing this manicure or looked in the mirror while I was wearing it, I was like, I want to change that out. Like it, for some reason, it just doesn't sit right with me. It's a beautiful color, had a great formula, very smooth and easy to work with. I did need 3 coats, but I wasn't surprised about that. It dried with minimal texture. It's just a beautiful polish. So I'm gonna hold on to it because maybe there's a day where I absolutely love purples, hopefully. And if I do, I know I'm gonna love this one because it was a nice mani, even though this color is not for me. And the other manicure that I'm gonna put in this just liked okay category comes from Essie and Cirque colors because it was a combo. As a base, I wore Essie All Dolled Up, which is a really beautiful mid-toned cool pink cream. And then I topped it with Cirque Colors Glitter Glue. This one has a super sheer pink base and tons of iridescent flakes in every color. So I wore Essie All Dolled Up for a couple days on its own. I've worn this polish twice this year. I wore it as a pedicure in the spring. I wore it as a manicure in the summer. So love this. But it just, you'll see in a minute, everything I wore in July was bright and saturated and loud, and this is beautiful, but it is not a July polish for me. Like this is May, April, it's soft, it's sweet, and I just wanted something with a little bit more punch to it. I did enjoy it a little bit more when I added the Cirque Colors Glitter Glue. The flakes in this were so shifty. And when I got this, when I purchased it, I was a little bit like, okay, I know I've got stuff like this. It has a tinted base, so I can't wear it over everything. And so I just was not sure I'd love it. No, I love it. It is remarkable. I think it's gonna be kind of tough to find because I think I looked on the Cirque site and it's not on there anymore. But if I can find it anywhere, I'll link it down in the description box, as well as anything from today's video that's still available. So yeah, I love this manicure. I love this color. I love this color. It just wasn't the right time. It was pretty. I wore it for quite a few days. I think I wore it for 3 days, but I just was craving something brighter. And I have no polishes that I didn't like this month. It's the last day of July when I'm filming this. I love summer colors, so that checks out. So on to manicures then that I absolutely loved. The first one was a Skittle. I combined 3 shades, Bluebird Lacquer Spice Spice Baby. This one is a primary red shattered holographic. I also wore Bluebird Lacquer Front and Centaur. This one is a cobalt blue shattered holographic. And then I wore Painted Polish Miss Independence. This one has a white curly base and it's packed with all of these beautiful metallic flakies in blue, red, and I think white. How could I not love this manicure? I wore Painted Polish Miss Independence last year for 4th of July as a Skittle again. So I already knew I loved that. I love a white curly anyway, but this one had a great formula. It was so fun and easy to work with. Perfect for 4th of July, of course. That's when I wore this. And then I am such a sucker for Bluebird Lacquer's Shattered Hollows. And Spice Spice Baby and Front and Centaur are some of my favorites. Because y'all know I love those rich saturated colors, and a lot of times Lucy releases these in lighter colors. Like I think of their Shattered Hollow formula and I think of those super light blues or minty greens, and don't get me wrong, I love those, but these bright colors just look so good on me. They just make me feel so good. So this was a winning manicure. I'm sorry that the red and blue are limited edition. They were PPU shades, so they're not gonna be easy to find, but if you can find them, grab them. You will love them. Let's just keep going with these combos because there are a lot. To Polish and Beauty Expo in early July, I did another layering thing. As a base, I wore KBShimmer. It comes in waves. This one is a beautiful, saturated, almost like minty turquoise cream. And then I topped it with one from Garden Path Lacquers called Eyes of Emerald Green. This one has a sheer kind of greeny base with lots of iridescent flakes that shift. Green to blue to purple to pink, and then it's also loaded with scattered holographic. So we'll see the shade in a second that I was going to wear to PBE, but it shipped in less than 24 hours, and so I didn't, and had to come up with something on the fly because I've literally been planning to wear that other polish for months. I put it on my summer rack to wear to PBE. So when it shipped the night before, I was like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And like I mentioned, I wanted to wear only brands to Polish and Beauty Expo that were going to be there. I just thought it would be fun. And KBShimmer was there and Garden Path Lacquers was there. So I was initially gonna wear the Garden Path Lacquers on its own because I was wearing KBShimmer as a pedicure, but I remembered it comes in waves and it's like they were made for each other. I think I did 2 coats of It Comes in Waves and just 1 coat of Eyes of Emerald Green. This Garden Path Lacquers makes me want to get more from this brand because she releases so many different polishes kind of like this with this sheer base, but that are so packed with stuff like flakies and glitter and hollow that you can't see any nail line if you build it up. This would have been incredible on its own, but I just wanted something a little bit brighter and punchier because it's summer. So layering it over this KBShimmer was wonderful. I absolutely loved the manicure, got tons of compliments on it while I was at PBE. It was a little bit different for me, like, you know, pink would have been a little bit more comfortable, but I absolutely loved this green mani. Another combo I wore combines a Cirque colors with a Dom nail polish. From Cirque colors as a base, I wore Game Over, which is a red, but kind of warm red neon cream. And then I paired it with Dom nail polish Sunsets and Chill. This one has a red base, which is also kind of warm, but it has a cool red shimmer that shifts to copper and gold. So I wore Game Over on its own for a day or so. It was amazing. It did feel super warm on me. Road Rage released this year, which is a more like pinky leaning red. And to me, that one feels red. And now this one feels like an orange. It's not, it's a red, but it's like a warmer red than Road Rage. So I wanted to kind of give it a cooler feel. That's what I wanted. I wanted a red. I wasn't in the mood for an orange. And so when pairing the Dom nail polish on top of it, that cool red shimmer really like cooled off the manicure and oh my gosh, it perfected it. The shimmer's just, it is vibrant and loud and so beautiful. And I think the Dom probably would build up to opacity on its own. That was my fear with this one, was I didn't want any visible nail line. And so that's why I layered it. But I think the Dom would have built up on its own, and I think I would love this as a standalone manicure. Just the shifts were gorgeous. And I feel like a lot of times with reds, since they're so, I don't know, you know, I don't make polish, I don't know, but since they're so, they have a tendency to overpower sometimes the shimmer and hollow and stuff inside it. That didn't happen with this Dom. Like the shimmer is very obvious, super shifty and so beautiful, even though the base is red. So yeah, love this on its own, love them together, just perfection. And the last combo that I wore in July combined another Essie, which is Sunshine Be Mine, with Nailed It Nail Polishes Pineapple Dole Whip. So the Essie is a sunshine yellow cream. It's got just a little bit of white to it, so it's a little bit lighter than like a true sunshine yellow. And then Nailed It Pineapple Dole Whip has a yellow jelly base that's a little bit more of a primary yellow, and it is packed with flakes that shift, I guess, red to copper to gold to green. I see some pink in there too. Okay, so I put on this manicure initially and was kind of thinking, okay, I'm gonna wear this for a day and change it out because I already don't like this. Just the Essie Sunshine Be Mine, the formula was fine. It wasn't like it wasn't awful, but it was streaky. It wasn't super easy to apply like most beautiful Essie creams. For yellow, it was fine, but I don't know. I've gotten spoiled. And I want those one coat creams, and this was not it. It was patchy. So I did one coat of Sunshine Be Mine, and then I did one coat of the Nailed It Pineapple Dole Whip and was not loving it and just had a really negative feeling. But then I added the second coat of the Nailed It, and just everything was just locked in. It was great. I think the yellow base of the Nailed It on its own, built up in 3 coats of Nailed It, would show nail line. Because I recently wore the green from this collection, Party Like a Papaya, and that one left me with the same kind of feeling, like it was pretty sheer. I could see my nail showing through it, and my nails are longer right now, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted loud, I wanted saturated, I wanted vibrant. So on its own, this would not be what I wanted, but 2 coats of this really built up those flakes. It deepened the base color of like Essie Sunshine Be Mine, and it just felt like golden. Oh, it felt loud and so beautiful. Like, I was staring at my nails the entire time I wore this. I could not take my eyes off of them. And honestly, I can't tell you the last time I wore a yellow manicure, like just for me, not to swatch, and kept it on. I don't know, it might have been last summer, but I need to do it more because this brought me joy. 4 more manis. The one that I was gonna wear to PBE, but then didn't, was from KBShimmer, and it is Howl You Doin. Howl You Doin has a deep purple base with a stunning glowing blue shimmer and tiny holographic particles. This polish. I was so excited for it, and it's a purple base, and y'all know how I feel about purple. It let me down. I could not believe it chipped so quickly, and I feel like my nails are in pretty great shape right now. I really don't have much peeling or chipping. They're long, they're healthy, so I don't know why this chipped so fast on me. But I will say, for the 24 hours I had it on, I was loving it. It was incredibly glowy. That blue shimmer just really takes over, and I wore it on a sunny day, so the way the holographic sparkled in the base, it was glorious. I guess I did do some stuff like with water, like I washed the dishes without gloves. I know. I never wear gloves with washing dishes. I should, but I don't. And then it was bath night. I had to give my little one a bath. So my nails were in water, but like, they always are, and that's not usually an issue for me. So I don't know what happened with this one. It's way too beautiful to part with though, so I'm gonna give it another chance before I destash it. I thought this was gorgeous. Another one I absolutely loved comes from Dreamland Lacquer, and it is Shake Your Shamrock. Shake Your Shamrock is a cool neon green base with a stunning glowing blue shimmer. All of you said I would love this. I trust you. I knew you'd be right, and you were right. This polish, I feel like it defies your taste in polish, no matter whether you like green, no matter whether you like neon. I feel like this is a polish everyone could appreciate. And I'm so glad it came back for Rewind this year, because a lot of people told me that they picked this up, and I hope they love it as much as I did, because it was stunning. It was so weird though, because it does have a super vibrant green base, but because of that shimmer, and because the shimmer is so apparent on the nails, it didn't feel neon. Like usually neon greens to me feel a little bit abrasive on the nails, and they kind of hurt my eyes, which some people love that. I don't personally, but something about that blue shimmer really softened the base and made this so much more wearable and approachable. It was so beautiful. From Polish for Days this month, I also loved Look Alive. Look Alive has a bright magenta base with a glowing blue shimmer. It shifts kind of like from a more aqua blue to a cobalt to a purpley pink, and then it has holographic flakes. This one I knew I was going to absolutely love, and I did. It was pretty much opaque in 2 coats, although I did wear 3 for my swatch photos and, you know, when I wore it in real life. But it was just, oh, this combination, you know, because I just posted that long pink to blue, pink with blue shimmer comparison video. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it up in the cards. But basically I have a ton of this combination, And this was, in my opinion, among the best of them. Just the base was so saturated. It was easy to work with. The blue shimmer was gorgeous, and it has hollow flakes. Like everything I want in a polish. What is Polish for Days look alive. It was absolutely beautiful, and I wish she would just keep this on her site. I want it around forever. And then in case you've been staring at my manicure in this video, I'm currently wearing this polish. This is Polish for Days Ikaika. I looked up the pronunciation. Ikaika? Something like that. This one has a teal base with these gorgeous flakes that shift green to blue. So this was a Maui charity polish from last year. The name, it means strong or strength. And this polish just has me feeling beautiful. Like it's one that when I see it in the mirror or I look at pictures of it on me, I'm like zooming into my nails and like, ooh, yeah, that's the one. That looks good. The base is jelly, but it built up really well. It's fully opaque in 2 coats, which is great because I was thinking it was going to need a blurring base coat. It did not. The flakies really, I mean, they layer so well. And it has that kind of base and that kind of flake where it feels like it has so much depth to it and dimension. It's stunning. In some lighting, it looks a little bit more like a vibrant green, but other times it looks more teal and then sometimes even blue. It's super shifty. And every time I look at this polish, I don't know what it is, but I just think of like lush rainforest. It feels just perfect for summertime. So that was everything that I wore in July. Let me know down in the comments what stood out for you. Are you loving these bold saturated summer colors or are you ready for fall? I'm like excited for fall and excited for those fall colors, but I'm not ready to say goodbye to summer. I still have so many on my summer rack that I want to wear. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!